everyone. It's been a long time. In between everything that's been going on, we had our major auction a little less than a month ago, which was a huge success. And we had a big sale in the store, which was also a huge success. And with that being said, I want to mention that if there are rumors going around that we're going out of business, they're untrue. I am just in the process of lightening my load and moving things on to places where they can be appreciated. It makes no sense for me to have this large stash of goodies that nobody else can see. So yes, you're stuck with me for a while. Anyway, we are doing an episode because the universe has gifted me with a large quantity of 1980s primarily, some late 70s, early 80s, Chloé. And it's a personal favorite of mine time-wise because it's when Karl Lagerfeld was designing for a good portion of that time. And I am really excited because when we prepare to do these videos, we do research, and I learn a lot of things that I didn't know beforehand. So I have my notes, so I give you accurate information. I want to begin by saying that Chloé, believe it or not, started in 1952, which was like, seriously? And Gabby Aghion, if I'm pronouncing her last name properly, she designed her first collection. It began as an alternative to the rigid rules of haute couture and the extreme tailoring of haute couture. And it was a way for women to dress with a little more fluidity. She had like relaxed modern silhouettes, and she used high quality fabrics and really put attention to detail. So needless to say, because of this way of designing would be one step underneath haute couture, she was a huge success. And from the I would say 1957 to the mid-60s, Chloé did these fantastic presentations. They called them spirited fashion shows. And she put them in wonderful venues like Café de Flore and also other cafes throughout Paris. In 1958, she started collaborating with young designers. The first young designer was a guy by the name of Gerard Papard, and she continued to collaborate with young designers, which would always infuse new feelings of relevance for the time period. And of course, my personal favorite I mentioned earlier is Karl Lagerfeld, but also Stella McCartney did a fantastic job while she was there. Chloé had romantic, there's definitely feelings of the past in a lot of the designs. And I'm going to show you some of the pieces in a second, but I just want to mention a couple of more things. Gabby, one of her quotes is, designing a dress, she designed an iconic shirt dress with Maxime de la Falaise, which was probably around, I don't know what year, I think in the early 60s. And she said, designing a dress like that, like a t-shirt, was very modern. This dress had a tremendous success because it said, I am carefree. And a lot of the designs you'll see that I'm going to be showing you show that feeling, that esprit of carefreeness, if that's a word. Anyway, Lagerfeld started in 65, and a lot of the dresses had iconic titles. His dress that kind of launched his career with Chloé was the Tertulia dress, and it was for spring-summer of 1966. He continued to design for Chloé until 1984, spring-summer of 84. And in between all of that, Chloé introduced capes that were used in the summer as well as in the winter. She introduced Chloé fragrance in 1975. She had designers like Martine Sitbon design, and in '92, Lagerfeld returned to Chloé. McCartney started in 1997. Now, I had the good fortune of being in New York City. I cannot remember which department store, but they had in their window an homage to Lagerfeld. This is probably 15 years ago when he was still alive. And some of his trompe l'oeil pieces, hands down, were the best I've seen in design. We recently sold at the auction Chloé's enormous bow dress. It was an evening gown. And he's done things with like a water faucet with beading. And if you do any research, any follow-up after this, we may actually put references for you on the information of this particular episode. But I want to show you what we have. And we'll start with this beautiful silk crepe evening gown, strapless. It has peekaboo areas just directly underneath the breast. And it's a really flattering silhouette. Pretty sure you might see this gown on the red carpet this year. So I want to show you a good portion of what's on the racks. I was very fortunate in going to one of the most beautiful estates that I've ever been in Los Angeles. It was massive in size, beautifully designed with Mexican references. And the mother, the woman who passed, was a great lover of Chloé. She had a lot of casual pieces, which I didn't acquire because things like that unfortunately don't sell here very well. But a few casual pieces, like this 1980s double-breasted Chloé coat in a beautiful subtle tweed. And this is actually one of my favorites. It's a strapless with its scarf, and the print is really very much like the beautiful beaches in Deauville. I see this, I can totally see this on someone in the late 70s, early 80s. Also from this collection was a beautiful black velvet dolman-sleeved jacket with metallic, two colors, gold and silver metallic floral embroidery. It's very tailored, so even though it's kind of a large volume, it shows off your small waist. It's good design. This piece I would have initially thought was Missoni because of the matte jersey, but it's very subtle because there are lace inserts that create the dolman sleeve here and also in the front. So it's little tiny peekaboo areas that are very subtle but very tasteful. And it has this velvet cuff which supports the weight. I love the print on this. It's abstract and just gorgeous. Very mid-century modern in a way. And then of course everybody loves Lemay. This is from probably the late 70s because the shoulder pads are very small. And pleated, very fitted skirt, so it's also very flattering. But I have to tell you, my favorite pieces are this ensemble, which are pants and this tunic, which is a very sexy décolletage, and this detail of a triple layered serrated bottom in an organza or organdy. It's and you can see the pants. It's beautiful and very chic, very casual, very elegant, which is what she's known for. We have other pieces in here too, blouses with great prints, but I wanted to show you this one pants that Stella McCartney designed, and these embroideries are actually all hand done. This pair I purchased has been unworn, and I think this really should go into a museum because it's a wonderful example with the salamander and the horse, the eagle, It's really beautiful. And let's see, last but not least, I don't really know the year on this one, but it's so delicate, so feminine, and these sequins are metal, so there's actually some weight to it, and I believe this has never been worn as well. So, and it's perfect condition. So that's pretty much it. We're doing a quick, brief episode this time. We want to get back into the swing of things of doing episodes on a semi-regular basis. Things are really moving here, so we totally appreciate your interest and your continued support. If you like the episode, please give us a thumbs up. It's really more of a show and tell episode than anything else. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Wishing you all the best. For us, it's the end of 2022. Happy holidays. Be healthy, be safe, and be well. Thank you. Bye.